Hey, Dale, do you remember the 21st night of September?
I remember some of them.
Well, it's tonight. And scientifically speaking, it's going to be the last night of summer.
Does that mean you're going to make me listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire?
You bet your ass, because this is the Swish Edition.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
We got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your hosts,
It's very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
Made a new discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you finally able to see your penis when you look down?
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I can still see it.
You
when
can
I look
still see
down.
it,
I do.
okay.
I mean, yeah, I've eaten a lot of potatoes and pasta, but I can still see it when I look down. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Okay.
I don't know if America needs to know that or people around the world, but yes, it's true.
Okay.
No, the discovery that I found is we updated our iPhones today because the new iOS 15 came out.
It was a big day for Apple fans across the world.
They made some changes to Apple Podcasts apparently.
Yeah.
And if you guys get our podcast on
you
Apple
subscribe, at least,
if you subscribe, you can go all the way back to episode number 1.
Which is ironically 101.
And it was literally
Am I not right?
It was.
Yes,
I think it was 100 or 101. Yes. So it was all effed up. But I was surprised because it usually the way Apple did it was you only would go back 100 episodes.
Right.
But now it goes all the way back to day 1. So if you guys want to hear what we sounded like back in 2011 when we started this show.
I'm not surprised though, because it doesn't cost Apple anything because they're not storing these episodes. These episodes are stored by our hosting provider.
Right. But now the whole thing is there, and it wasn't last week.
Oh.
So it's kind of crazy. If you guys want to go back and listen to when
show
we
has
had
changed.
when Jason was on and Steve was on and
Yeah.
all that stuff, and we talked to people like George Takei and Margaret Cho, who was on the very first episode. Remember?
Right? Yes.
I mean, we had Wonder Woman on. We had Linda Carter. Remember that?
Man.
I mean,
this was back when we were in DC.
Several members of the cast of Queer as Folk. I mean, we've had so many people on the show. We don't do that anymore. We don't have people on the show except for us, for better or worse.
Don't go back and listen because it was a good show.
There was some good
But let's just say that, putting together those early episodes, it was a lot of freaking logistics.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Shit, some of the episodes are an hour and a half long.
Right.
Hour and 45 minutes long.
Right.
And we did a lot of stuff that we don't do anymore. Now we just throw some shit together and
But
sit
it was
down
fun. You're right. But it was fun for us to go back and actually hear some of those things because it's been a very long time since.
Gosh. And I want to bring some of those elements back for season 12, which we're starting early next year. But I've got some ideas.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
All right. They were good shows.
I'm sitting here, you guys.
But there was a lot of work going on. That was when you were doing all nothing but Swish Edition.
It was
remember?
it was like basically a full-time job.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sitting here looking at Dale across the studio desk. He is wearing a parka and
It's not a parka.
and a binge bum. What is that? A beanie?
A beanie.
Yeah. It's cold down here.
It's cold down here. It's really nice outside, and I'm trying to get in like shorts and tank top weather as much as I can.
Yeah.
And then you come down here to the basement where the studio is, and it's like
It's cold down here.
50 degrees
Really
down
cold.
here, and it's cold.
Well, let me tell you something that might make you feel better. Get your pumpkin spice ready, people, because fall. We've been talking about this on the show for a couple of weeks now because we said basically fall starts after Labor Day,
Right.
But now it's really here. Fall starts tomorrow,
And
Yeah, tomorrow.
officially starts, but you can also we can see the change in the weather.
It's happening.
It's happening. I can't
It's
wait.
happening.
It's my favorite part.
So what happens in the fall equinox? Do you guys know this? I didn't actually remember that I knew this, so I had to look it up. So scientifically speaking, it's the moment at which the sun is aligned with the Earth's equator. It's right in the friggin' middle of the Earth, right? Which is why we get the beginning of fall.
Right.
Okay. And the people south of the equator are just starting their spring.
Right. But you do know that the sun doesn't just circle the equator, right? You do know it goes up and down. You do realize that, right?
And there's some technical things here
That's
that
not technical.
I'm not sure I understand.
Everyone knows that. The
Do
sun
they?
just doesn't go in one direction. It goes up, but its center is the equator. Always. The equator is always the center.
Right.
But like in our summer, so when the sun sets, it doesn't dip further past the equator, where now it will be. That's why the southern hemisphere is going to get their summer, and the sun is going to come up above the equator. So the sun comes lower in the sky. You see the sun,
Yes.
it comes lower, lower, and lower because we can't see it above the trees now. That's why we're getting colder and colder and colder.
I like it. You're smarter than I am.
It's not being smart. It's just what you've been taught in school.
So anyway, here we are. It's September 21st, and it reminds me of that great song, which we teased a little bit at the top of the show, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember the 21st night of September? That's tonight, y'all. That's tonight. So it's your last bastion of summer.
Right.
Because tomorrow, and in case you want to know, in Eastern time zone where we are, the equinox will happen at 3:21 p.m. That's when it officially becomes fall. And then you go backwards. You guys know how this works. Central time, your equinox is 2:21. Mountain time, 1:21. And you all over there on the Pacific, 12:21.
I also think
It all happens at the same time.
It does. I also think this is the official start of Halloween.
I guess. I mean, Halloween.
Although Halloween started September 1st.
Halloween candy is already in the Walgreens.
It started September 1st.
And apparently they have Halloween decorations in the Lowe's too. So it's happening. Today happens to be Charlie's 6th birthday.
That's right.
It's our dog, Charlie, turned 6.
They're locked upstairs. Not locked, they're just upstairs.
They're upstairs. We closed the door because they were being a little rowdy.
Well, we have a guest.
Right.
A guest dog.
Yeah, you guys.
This past week.
You guys know Jack Lynch has been a guest host on the show a couple times. Her dog is here with us this whole week.
Yeah.
She's been here for 5 days now. Zoe.
Since Tuesday.
Yeah.
Since last Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
She's a handful. She's not a handful, but
She is the easiest dog out of both of ours.
True, but she likes to sleep with us, which
That's the
our
one thing.
dogs do not. So I've had to get used to having a dog like literally want to be on top of me while I'm sleeping, which is not fun.
I think out of the three that she's the easiest. However, she is the most neediest.
That's true.
That's what we're not used to.
Neediest. Anyway, we're going to have a birthday party today for Charlie. He turned 6. I bought some hamburger and some zucchini and some mashed potatoes. We're going to make them some puppy cupcakes.
Hamburger cupcakes.
Yeah, with a dusting of, I don't know.
Bacon bits.
Bacon bits on top.
How can you forget that?
There you go. I want to talk about this. Is broadcast dead? We've been talking about this for a while.
Probably.
I think it's true. Further proof that broadcast television is dead. Not one single primetime show won an Emmy for anything
I'm really surprised about that.
on Sunday night at the Emmys.
I mean, because it didn't seem like there was a progression. It just was like one and done.
It just really happened really fast. Streaming absolutely swept the Emmys. We're going to be talking more about this on Dale's Binge Bump podcast this Friday because so many of the shows that we talk about on that show won Emmys, like Ted Lasso and Mayor of something.
Mayor of Easttown.
That. And Gene Smart won for Hacks.
Like they're not involved at all.
Ted Lasso won a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of shows.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen Ted Lasso. It's actually a really, really great show. It's a fantastic show. Jason Sudeikis deserves everything that he's won. It's a fun. We got to watch it.
But not one show on ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox won anything except for late night stuff. Colbert won Colbert, one for late night, and
Right.
Saturday Night Live, one for variety show.
That's why I really think that if these networks, and I know they've tried it, and maybe it was too early when they tried it with Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if she hits all the marks to be marketable for like
a wide
a
audience.
whole.
Yeah.
I think she's a niche. But if you can get someone who is kind of, and I know you hate him, but the SNL guy, I can't think of his name right now.
I don't know.
What's his name?
What's your point, though?
That they're safe.
Yeah.
They're family friendly.
Right.
It's safe jokes. It's not in your face. It's not one party or the other. Like you can watch and actually enjoy it. And if a streamer can get on board and find someone like that and put out a daily evening show on streamer, then you would.
Yeah,
streamers could take away.
I would think that they would,
from the broadcast
would be working
networks.
on that.
Right.
They should be working on that.
I would think so.
Yeah, because I think the streamers are definitely taking over. If, these shows or the awards are any indication. For
But
sure.
I'm worried about my show, Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon's still
It's
doing well.
It's a great network show, and I really thought that it would do something because I can't find a comparison in that genre of comedy 30-minute multi-camera shows that's on a streamer.
There's not a lot. There's
Right.
not a lot. No.
So I can't believe I didn't get something.
In related news, many are calling for a new category. They want a new category called dramedy because that really is a new big thing.
It is.
Right? There's
Yeah.
like Hacks is a dramedy. So many of these shows. The Flight Attendant had a lot of drama and comedy elements to it.
Yeah.
So why is The Flight Attendant from HBO Max in the same category as Ted Lasso?
What was the category?
Comedy. But it doesn't seem quite right. Or why is Shameless up against Hacks and Blackish from ABC? I mean, Shameless is very much a dramedy. Yes, there's very funny moments, but it's also a drama. So a lot of people are saying we need a dramedy category, something in between, so that these people aren't up against each other.
Is dramedy spelled that way? I feel like that last A should be an E.
It maybe I spelled it DRAMADY. It's not really a word, so I guess you could spell it any way you want.
It's dramedy, not dramedy.
Fuck you. Speaking of TV, Sunday night, you and I watched the most recent episode of The Walking Dead.
Oh my God!
Which
no! You got to correct yourself.
Well, it's here in the notes if
Okay.
you read on. So this is the September 26th episode of The Walking Dead, which we saw early. So if you guys watch it on regular AMC, it's coming out this
It's
coming
coming out.
Sunday.
Right.
We've already watched it because we have an AMC Plus subscription, which allows us to watch it a week early. Let me tell you, the episode this is episode 6 of the final season. It's called Haunted House. I swear to God, it was one of the best episodes they've done in a very long time.
If not ever.
It was scary as hell.
Very, very scary.
I was literally on the seat of my... I mean, it was scary, and it was so well done. I don't want to give too much away because it really would ruin it if I told some of the elements that they used because of the character who
Right.
couldn't.
And-
right?
and I was gonna
I don't
say-
want to. I don't
and I
want to
wanna-
even say that
and I want to talk about it, but I think that's important to go into it without knowing that.
without knowing what's
and that,
happening.
and it increases the heightened awareness that something's coming, but you don't have the
Might not. Right.
you don't have this dramatic music playing in the background, and then with
Right.
the bomb, and then here it is. You don't have nothing. And
It was
if
so
you watch the show,
scary.
you might know what character we're talking about.
I don't want to say anything more
know.
because I don't want to ruin it for people. But if you guys watch the show, watch it this Sunday night. It's
This
so
Sunday is-
friggin' good. And there's also a very heartwarming moment at the end, which literally made me tear up because it was a long time coming, and thank goodness it happened. No spoilers, but man, watch. And a lot of people gave up on Walking Dead. My sister and brother-in-law gave up on it when.
Well, they gave up for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
They gave up for the wrong reason. I mean, we can tell people they gave up because Negan killed the Asian guy. It's been a long time ago. And they were just upset that they would have killed a character like that. And I feel like that if a show is willing to make that kind of move, like that's the kind of show that I want to watch. Like you just don't know what's coming.
True.
However, since then, the show has been kind of like, yeah, oh, okay, but
And I actually told you that before we watched last night's episode or Sunday night's
you
episode.
were like almost done.
I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this anymore.
Right.
And he's like, we just have to get through it. We've been watching it now for 10 plus years. Let's just get through it.
And knowing that this is a
And
finale.
I'm glad I did.
Right. However, this has jolted the energy back in the whole franchise.
It's
this
one
was
of the
a
best seasons.
This has been, and we were told that this is going to be a season unlike any other.
So season 11 is the last. And here's what they're doing. I was wrong about what I said earlier. They're airing 8 episode installments 3 times. So we're getting 8 this fall.
Right.
So we got 2 more to watch.
Right.
Then we have to wait until 2022.
I know.
Then they're going to do 2 more 8 episode blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting 16 more.
Yeah, it's a big season.
It's a very big season. So
It's going to go into the spring of next year, I think.
it's
Yeah.
way into it.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be 16 episodes after
But
Christmas.
it sucks because we're an episode ahead. So we're going to hit this deadline a week earlier. And it's like, what the hell are you going to do? But then hopefully there's some good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff.
We got
coming out.
plenty of other stuff to watch. There's a lot of controversy going on right now with Facebook and Instagram. You guys have probably heard about this if you watch television news, especially if you watch Morning Joe, because they've been all over this story.
Joe Scarborough's been all over this.
Over the story.
Yelling at the television.
The Wall Street Journal did a week-long series releasing an article each day, which is why they were talking about it all last week.
Right.
About this leaked information from Facebook and Instagram. These were leaked internal documents from Facebook company, basically reporting on the harms created by its own products.
Right.
And someone inside that company leaked it to the press. For better or worse.
Well, worse for them, better for the country, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The bottom line seems to be that Instagram in particular increasingly targets youngsters, and they know they're doing it on purpose. And they already know that these kids are addicted to the platforms. And they're getting an amazing degree of anxiety over the things that they're seeing, like body image and comparing oneself to someone else's life. You see your friends going on a trip to the Caribbean that you can't afford, or they're wearing a 2-piece bikini at the beach that they couldn't pull off because of their body size. And apparently this is causing lots of anxiety for kids, mostly young girls in particular. And Facebook and Instagram knows this, but they're going after them anyway. So that's the kind of the gist of what the Wall Street Journal uncovered. And the question is, how do you deal with this? I mean, it's a social media juggernaut where people share stuff about their lives.
Right.
Do you tell people that they can't share pictures of themselves on a vacation in the Caribbean, or that they can't share a picture of a thin girl in a bikini on the beach?
Right.
Because someone might feel bad about that? No, I don't think anyone could ever regulate that kind of thing.
Yeah, you just can't.
So the question is, how do you fix the problem that these young girls are having anxiety over watching these posts? And I say, it's quite easy for me to say this. If you're under 18, then you shouldn't be on the site. And the parents should be watching what their kids are doing online.
Right.
Keep them off the damn Instagram.
No, I get that. I totally agree with you 100%. But there's the argument that, yes, I'm a parent, and I often believe that the majority of the people in this country have no personal responsibility whatsoever. And so you leave it up to parents. But what if you are a parent, right? And technology is coming out every day. It's just every day. And if you're not aware of these things, then how can you police it, right? So that's a whole other argument there.
Right.
Is that you could have parents that are totally on the good and good, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I can see
on the good and good.
I can see the studies, and I can believe that this could be harmful for my child. But if I don't know that this exists, then how can I police it for my child. The one thing that you could do as Facebook, Instagram, or any other is take away comments, likes, and shares. Just take it away.
That ruins all the fun of it.
I know, right? But that's one thing that you could try to do.
But there are certainly people who are responsible enough to be able to understand that. I mean, I have wonderful, great dialogues with a lot of my friends.
Right.
Because of comments and likes and things on posts that I put up. I happen to put up lots of things every week to generate ideas for this show.
Yeah.
I want to see what people are saying about McDonald's or
maybe you treat Instagram like a magazine.
Yeah.
Right? There were times when there were conversations about magazines portraying the not reality of Americans, right?
Right.
But you can't comment or share a magazine picture of a really slim woman in a bathing suit from Sports Illustrated, right?
No, this is certainly a new thing. This is certainly
It's
a
new and it's
thing
complicated.
since Facebook and Instagram and these websites came about, these apps or whatever they are. This whole sharing and liking thing is a new thing. It's been only around for the last 10 years.
Right.
So we have to learn how to adapt and
You have to
learn how to
do
use
it. But I also
But if you really care about your kids, just keep them off this shit.
Right, but I also, on the other hand, like the Joe Scarboroughs in the world, who actually literally screamed at the TV.
He was screaming
for 5 minutes straight. Is
he
that
hates
yes,
Facebook.
Facebook is wrong, right? So they did the study, and they were obviously aware that the results of this return this unfavorable result. Right? There's kids possibly committing suicide, body harming.
That's what they're saying.
Anxiety, depression. Yeah, it's a thing, right? But you need time to be able to deal with it. What do? Do you just shut down the company? That's not an option. That's not an option.
That's what I'm saying is that I haven't heard a good answer yet.
So if you're going to yell at the TV for 5 minutes straight but not come up with a solution, then I don't think you have a leg to stand on.
I've heard a lot of people talking about this week and not a lot of solutions.
No.
Except for keeping kids
Because it's hard.
off it.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
You raise the age from 13 to 18. Maybe that's what you do.
Yeah. But I do think that Facebook and Instagram has enriched all of our lives in a way. I really enjoy it.
I like looking at it.
I like keeping up with my friends that I otherwise wouldn't have any relationship with at all. I would have no idea that so-and-so from my high school class is doing so-and-so. I would have no idea, right?
I mean, all of us are... The world is not so far away anymore. No. And people are traveling. People live in different parts of the world who were your friends who used to live maybe next door. That's the way to keep up. But it's just an easy way to do it. You can't always just say, hey, call me up and say, hey, let's go grab a coffee. You can't do that always.
Right.
So those types of social media is your way.
We're absolutely keeping up with people that we wouldn't have any relationship with whatsoever.
Right.
Except that we're seeing them on social media and we know that they're living in Germany or, you know, moved to Hollywood, and I kind of like it.
I do too. I'm not complaining.
And, you know.
But I also don't have an issue of seeing someone with a better body type than me.
Right.
Or
going on a better vacation than we can afford to go on.
Exactly. Right.
No.
But we've also seen
but we're not 13. We're not 13-year-old girls either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we've also seen the videos where someone's put up wallpaper of clouds with a toilet seat to make it look like an airplane window when someone's looking out of it.
Faking.
Remember that?
Yes.
Faking
that they were on an
lifestyle.
airplane. I love that. I love that.
But it's true.
It's
totally true.
Let's change gears. I don't know if you guys saw this news this week. Macy's announced that their iconic Thanksgiving parade will return this year.
Thank the gods.
Yeah, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade will go forth as usual. It was virtual in 2020.
I was facetious, by the way. I really don't give a shit.
Yeah. But there might be people out there that really like it.
No, I agree.
And you put it on when you're getting the turkey ready.
I know. It is something that I do turn on every single year, and it was a shame that it did go away. It was all virtual. So, I am happy that it's back.
Did you see this news? Move Over McDonald's KFC is getting sued over their hot gravy.
You know what? The whoever's suing them is going to win because they have precedent now, and it's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Just fucking stupid.
It's kind of a horrible story, though. An 18-month-old girl, British girl in the UK, suffered major burns on her face, fingers, arms, and legs after accidentally tipping over a gravy container earlier this summer.
Was she in a car?
No, they were at home. So they went to KFC. They got the food. They brought it all the way home, set it out on the counter for everyone to partake. And the 1.5-year-old dumped the container over on top of herself and got third-degree burns. How is the gravy that hot after it's gone all the way home? I don't know. But that'll be the question for the courts, I guess.
They're every day creating containers that could be for delivery that to make sure that your food is hot as if it was just coming off the grill.
So the little girl's mother rushed her to a cold shower, hoping to rinse off the steaming gravy, but it didn't work because there was this slick oil that was still on her skin, even though they washed off all the gravy. And that was what was burning her. The toddler was rushed to the hospital and admitted to the burn unit. She was there for 5 days.
Jesus.
This incident bears an uncanny resemblance to the 1992 lawsuit, which we've all heard about, McDonald's, where the 79-year-old woman went to the drive-thru and got coffee, put it between her legs and drove away, and then suffered third-degree burns as a result. The trial showed that McDonald's required their coffee to be served between 180 and 190 degrees, which seems a little high. And apparently they knew for over 10 years that was too hot, but they did it anyway. So they lost in court. So a lot of people are thinking that KFC is probably going to lose too because they're serving their gravy too hot. You and I, I'm not joking at all. We bought gravy maybe just a week and a half ago.
It was nowhere near that temperature.
I don't remember it being anywhere near burning temperature.
Nowhere near the temperature.
So I think this might have been a one-off.
They must have got some fresh, very hot gravy.
P.S. While I was researching this story, I found about a gazillion recipes online for copycat KFC gravy recipes. So you can make it. Yeah, you can make it at home. I suggest not making it so hot that it will give your guests third-degree burns. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gravy is important. I mean, everyone needs it in their life.
But it's also hot.
So just make sure it's not too hot.
Right.
And keep your 1.5-year-old away from the gravy. How about that? Don't let your 1.5-year-old serve themselves. That's what it actually said in the story, that everyone was going. She put up a little buffet and the little girl was getting her own food. 1.5-year-old's getting her own food?
She must have been very excited about the gravy.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Who isn't excited about
a 1.5-year-old that gets their own food,
especially KFC gravy. It's pretty good. And
why? If you're giving your 1.5-year-old KFC, you got a problem. That's not healthy.
She's gonna need krill oil pills soon.
Talking about fast food, Taco Bell is trying out a new monthly service. It's called the Taco Lovers Pass, and it costs between $5 and $10 depending on your location. They're testing it in Arizona right now, where my good friend Kristen is right now. Yeah. She's been a guest on the show. This is you pay a monthly fee, and you're guaranteed a free taco every day for 30 days.
Just one taco?
One taco.
That's a good deal.
The subscription runs through Taco Bell's app. Users can buy the pass at participating locations all the way up until November 24th. It's called the Secret Taco Lovers Pass. So you can go to Taco Bell every day and get either a crunchy taco, a spicy potato soft taco, a crunchy supreme. I don't know why I'm going through all these lists because we're not getting paid for this.
But it's fun.
Is it though?
Yes.
I mean, what they want is they want the people who are paying just $5 or $10, right, for the subscription. They want them to go to Taco Bell every day.
No, they don't want
every
them to go
day
every
for
day.
A month.
They don't want them to go every day.
Nobody should be eating Taco Bell every day.
Right, that's the thing. That's how these people make money. Yes, you can come every day for 30 days to get a free taco.
But you're not going to do it.
But no one's going to fucking do it.
Well, I
because
hope
no
not.
one wants tacos every fucking day. No one should want tacos every fucking day.
Dale,
Let's just say that.
Dale, there are people out there who eat McDonald's every day for lunch. Every day.
That's true. But these are for, right. And
This is why Americans are so fucking fat.
You take that as the losses, and this is how you gain revenue, because there's the majority of the people who buy this say, oh, it's a good deal, and they're not going to fulfill the past. So Taco Bell's going to make money.
I do like Taco Bell. I probably eat there maybe like 4 times a year. I mean, it's very rare. Very rare. It's not good for you.
But it is,
I like making tacos at home. It's a little healthier.
My favorite thing from Taco Bell is those cinnamon things.
Oh, the cinnamon twist.
Twist. Yeah.
In related news, Fox is bringing back Cops.
Hey, I thought this went off the air because of the woke people.
It did. Following the murder of George Floyd last year, the Paramount Network abruptly canceled the law enforcement reality TV show, which was on for decades and decades. But now the show has found a new home, Fox Nation.
Of course,
which
Fox
is the
Nation.
subscription-based streaming service of Fox News Media. They've given a green light for the return of the controversial series, which will premiere its 33rd season on October 1st.
That series is not controversial.
I know, but it was,
Nowhere in the history of that show have I ever woke up in the morning and say, we're investigating the recent episode of a cop who was on live television who did something incredibly wrong on Cops.
no, it's true. I mean,
Nowhere do I remember that.
unfortunately, incidents like George Floyd, and there's been some others in the news that have been very, very
Well, of course.
big news. Yes, that have been horrible things that cops shouldn't have done.
Those are one-offs.
But
do you cancel the entire Cops franchise?
No, that's why we're not canceling all of the cops in the United States either.
Right.
Like defund the police and all that, because we need them. We need them. So anyway, Fox Nation thinks people want to watch this show. They're bringing it back. They are saying that they're showing their appreciation to the first responders by offering them a free 1-year subscription to Fox Nation. So if you're a cop, you get to watch Cops for free.
Here's the thing about this whole story is that I'm glad Cops is back, because
I always enjoyed it.
it was just completely unrelated to the reason why it was canceled.
Yes.
I'm sad that it's coming back to where it is.
Right. Because I don't really
For number one,
I don't want to
they're-
subscribe to Fox Nation.
Right, and they're doing it for a reason. And number two is that Fox Nation is not doing well subscriber-wise. I follow this sort of stuff. It's just not doing well. Although currently, as of right now, as it stands, prior to them doing this series, it didn't cost really them a lot of money to actually put forth Fox Nation, because they already have the talent. Right?
They already have the stuff, right?
They already have the talent. So, and that's the most expensive part. But the talent is also on television, the majority of it. So, this is going to fail. It's going to fail because no one's going to watch it.
I think so too.
And it's a shame. It's a shame.
But in related news, Fox just bought TMZ.
What the fuck? This is so. The world is crazy, man.
TMZ,
the world is fucking crazy.
TMZ, the news and entertainment brand best known for breaking news on celebrity gossip and deaths and that kind of stuff, which was formerly owned by Warner Media, which also owns CNN, is now owned by Fox.
All right, I need to correct myself on the what the fuck that I said earlier, because Fox is way different than Fox News.
Exactly.
We're completely two different things.
We are talking about something different.
Yeah.
Warner Media's parent company, AT&T, has been shedding assets of late to help pay down their debt for their paving the way for their new investments in 5G, which is great, except that if they do all that and they have a wonderful network 5G, they're not going to own any assets anymore if they keep selling stuff. But they offered Harvey Levin, who owns TMZ. He's the managing editor there. You guys know him. He's on all their shows. He's the figurehead. He started the damn thing back in 2005.
Right, you know it from People's Court.
Yeah. What? He was on that?
He was the person who was the, I want to say MC, but that's not right. He was the one
who talked to people after the fact.
interviewed after the fact. Yeah.
Anyway, he's staying on. to run the company, and he'll still be involved in the shows, TMZ and TMZ Live. TMZ already airs on 18 Fox affiliates, so I guess it was kind of a no-brainer, right? So,
but we need to clarify that. I mean, Fox and Fox News are completely two different entities.
They're owned by the same company, but yes, they are two different
Way
things.
different,
right?
Though, right? I mean, they got The Simpsons, for God's sakes.
That's true. We like The Simpsons. There's a lot of things on Fox I like. And you're right. It's very different from Fox News.
It's weird because they have all these like adult animated comedies, which totally go against their brand in a sense, but it makes them freaking money.
It does. You're right.
They make them a lot of money.
I want to talk about douchebags. Can we talk about douchebags?
Yes, please.
We've been doing this a lot on the show lately because we're talking about people who are just being so friggin' douchey over COVID shit. So we're talking about the 3 douchey tourists who attacked a hostess who asked for vaccine proof at a New York restaurant last week. There's footage of this. So the original article that I wrote said the alleged attack, or they allegedly did this. Well, there's actual video footage of them doing it. So I don't know why news outlets said have to use that damn word, they allegedly did it, when we can see on video that they actually did it. Anyway, the footage shows
it. Lawyers.
I know. This was Carmine's, the Italian restaurant in New York where I've actually ate on the Upper West Side.
I love Carmine's.
This happened last Thursday. 3 tourists, they were from Texas. Imagine that. They began repeatedly punching a 20-year-old female host because she asked them to show proof that they were vaccinated against COVID-19 before entering the restaurant in accordance with local regulations that had nothing to do with her or the restaurant.
Right.
It was a local
It doesn't matter what the issue is.
New York.
You don't do that.
The poor girl had to be taken to the hospital after the attack. The 3 douches have been charged with misdemeanor assault and criminal mischief.
And
that doesn't even sound...
And I hope...
Does that even sound bad enough?
No.
Misdemeanor assault and criminal mischief?
Right. But I also hope the 22-year-old victim in this comes back and sues.
I would sue them personally.
Yes. Every single one of them personally. Every single one. I would take everything they fucking own.
What are you doing, people? You're fighting against someone, an innocent girl who's seating people at a restaurant.
And she's doing what
she's
the state
just doing
has
her
mandated.
friggin' job.
Right.
You guys need to be locked up. They need to be locked up, not just fines. They need to be locked up and do some serious time for what a horrible thing they would do to another human being.
I've often said that there are times where the punishment might be too harsh, but this comes down to principle.
It does.
That when you physically attack somebody, right? It's okay that maybe I steal from you. Maybe I come to your house and I steal your wallet and I steal $500.
Right.
That's one thing. But when I physically assault you, that should be automatic
for
fucking
doing
jail.
your job.
It should be automatic fucking jail time.
Listen,
automatic.
Don't wear a mask if you don't want to. Don't get the vaccine if you don't want to. But people have to respect private businesses' choices.
Right.
Or the mandates that are put in the city where that business happens to be.
Exactly.
If you can't deal with that, and if you can't act like a normal human being, just stay the fuck home. Stay home and order takeout.
I don't like it either, but I got to get shit done. So I got to wear it where I need to wear it. And I had to wear it everywhere today.
I wore it at the grocery store today because I don't trust the people here in our neighborhood.
I wouldn't either.
I want to skip all the way down past the woolly mammoths, which we're not going to talk about today. We'll talk about woolly mammoths next week.
All right.
For fans of Nightmare Before Christmas, you will be thrilled to know that the animated film, which is really a cult classic at this point, and I friggin' love it, is coming to a live concert experience. If you guys happen to live in Southern California, you can go watch this at the Bank of California Stadium in Los Angeles, October 29th, and on Halloween. They're doing it both nights.
Nice.
Danny Elfman himself, who wrote all the music for this wonderful, wonderful movie, which I love to death.
How great of a name is that?
He's also the voice of Danny Elfman.
Elfman.
Love him.
Elfman.
He also voices and does the singing parts of Jack Skellington. He's going to reprise his role. And there's some other fun people that are going to be doing it. It's going to be a whole orchestra. Yeah. This was supposed to be a one-night thing, but they expanded it from the 29th and are now doing it on Halloween too. The venue is going to be completely transformed into an interactive replica of the film's Halloween Town.
Cool.
Kids can dress up and go trick-or-treating before the show. And if you guys happen to live in Atlanta, they're doing it there too, which is kind of fun.
That's fun.
You know, if all else fails, you guys, if you've got Disney Plus, you can watch The Night Before Christmas. It's streaming on Disney Plus right
This version or just the regular version?
Just the cartoon. You can watch it right now.
no.
Like right now, as soon as you finish watching the Swish Edition.
Can I admit something that I have never seen this film?
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not.
It's one of the best cartoons ever. Stop motion,
I
Christmas,
know.
Halloween.
You don't have to tell me how it's made, or I've never seen it.
It's Halloween and Christmas pushed together.
I know, right?
To make this one. We're watching it tonight.
I think this
What's this? Do 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 do.
I think this is the thing that we should go for here for Halloween.
He's also never watched
Only
The
because
Sopranos.
I have a shit ton of white paint.
You want? You're gonna do
my
white face? Well, you can't do black face, so you can do white face.
I can do white face.
You're gonna be Jack Skeleton for Halloween.
I was thinking about it.
You've never watched it though.
I've never watched it. No.
Anyway, I actually think that it would make a really, really great
Broadway show.
Broadway show.
I knew you were gonna say that. I fucking hate Broadway. That bullshit. Bullshit.
Anyway, we'll tell you about the woolly mammoths next week.
I'm gonna tell you about the woolly mammoth. See, no one likes that. No one likes that. Let's go tell you about the woolly mammoth, and then all of a sudden you juck in song for 5 minutes.
No, there's lots of great Broadway shows that are really fun.
They need their heads examined. Who likes that shit?
I don't like it all. Like Hamilton, it could go suck a.
Although we
a
need to
lemon,
watch Come From Away
We do. We talked about that
before September gets away from us.
That does look like a good show.
Yeah.
All right, but we're watching this first. I cannot believe you haven't seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, and we have our Disney Plus, so we can watch it.
I've seen parts. I've never seen any more than 10 minutes of it.
All right, we're gonna watch it.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Dale and I will be back with the Binge Bum podcast this Friday, talking about streaming video and
the
shit.
Emmys.
Yeah,
It's gonna be big.
and then we'll be back for another edition of Swish Edition next week.
What?
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
I want to talk about douchebags. Can we talk about douchebags?
Yes, please.